76. 76 to 78. On Māra and Yama. Okay. Okay, this is a new talk. So the title of this talk is Māra and Yama. This is from SD 48.2. Now, whenever we talk about death, you find in all cultures there is a mythology about death. Because death is very difficult to accept. Death is frightening. We have no control over death. So we create stories, in many ways, to be safe, to prevent death even. Two of the best known images, or figures if you like, in terms of death in Buddhism, you have Māra. Māra is really the worst guy in the universe if you like. And then you have Yama. Now Yama is sometimes called the Lord of Death, but he's not as powerful as Māra, so it seems. No? Now, so who are these two people? We're going to spend a short while just examining them. No? Now, in every religion, you got the good and the bad, right? So in Buddhism, the good being is, of course, the Buddha. So if you ask, who's the opposite of Buddha? We can say it's Māra. See? Because Māra is often depicted as a strange, very, very frightening looking demon. In fact, he doesn't have a fixed shape, It depends on the culture that you come from. So they will draw according to their idea of what is frightening. For example, the Tibetans would draw Māra with what they call it, horns with sharp fangs, and looks like a really fierce bear, hugging the wheel of life, for example. I mean, that actually is Mahakala, time. See? But Māra looks something like that. Now, Māra can assume any shape. That's one thing, because Māra represents all that is bad in the universe. Okay, so in Buddhist mythology, we are not interested in Māra as a ghost or Satan even. Okay, we are more interested in Māra as in our mind. Māra as influencing our mind. Okay, all the bad things that trouble you, that prevent you from doing good, that's called Māra. Suppose the next lesson, another Sunday, you want to come for Sutta class. Your friend comes now and say, "Aya, why you want to go for Sutta class? Boring. Come and join me for golf. Or come and play mahjong with me." Okay? That's the voice of Māra, okay? Trying to distract you from growing. So Māra prevents you from becoming a better person. Why be kind to people? They're not going to be nice to you. Why teach Dhamma to others? They won't listen, right? Why print Dhamma books? People don't read, right? You have that kind of idea. You feel like giving up, That's Māra. So Māra discourages you. Māra is the great discourager. So imagine how to understand. Don't let Māra rule your life. Okay? The word Māra comes from the same word as death. Okay? So Māra, in other words, wants you to just enjoy life. Go to casinos or do all the whatever things you like to do, right? Do things, don't get caught, That's Māra, right? Māra, it seems, according to Buddhism, rules all the world, the universe, from the Brahma world downwards. Now, why Māra rules the universe from the Brahma world downwards? Brahma definitely rules wherever there are five senses. This is another definition of Māra. Māra are your five senses. Ear, nose, tongue, body, including the mind. Because if we are not careful with what we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, we can get into trouble. That's Māra, in that sense, you see. So our five senses, we use our five senses for our happiness. We don't allow the five senses to control us until we are suffering. That's the meaning. Okay? So, story of Māra means be in charge of your life. Don't let your senses take charge of you. Right? For example, you think, wow, it's good karma, I get all the nice food. And every day you eat nice food, and you get sick, you become unhealthy. Right? So basically it is knowing limits. Alright? Okay, so Māra rules the world, the sense world. Māra wants you to stay here, in this world. Māra doesn't want you to get out. That's why when you meditate, you find a lot of distraction. That's Māra, okay? Sometimes the story goes, Māra tries to frighten you, So the monk's meditating and then Māra makes really loud noise, very frightening sound. And sometimes Māra will make everything go black, and so on, power failure, So try to frighten the meditator. That's Māra. Māra distracts you. Distraction is Māra. Okay? So Māra wants us to live in this world, enjoy life. Māra doesn't want us to be free. Okay? Now, how is it that Māra only has power from the Brahma world downwards? Because from the Brahma world, those are the beings who are meditating, deep in meditation. When you're meditating, you close your eyes, your senses are all shut, Māra got no power. See, Māra works through your senses. So you sit very quiet like that, you are very peaceful, Māra cannot touch you. There's a very funny Cantonese movie, those Cantonese vampires? How do you prevent the vampires from catching you? Do you remember those Cantonese stories? You stop breathing, right? You hold your breath, according to the story. So it's something like that. If you're able to hold your breath, so to speak, that means meditate, then Māra cannot see you. Māra cannot catch you. So the Brahma world, the high world, the gods there, the beings are all meditating. So Māra cannot touch them. Okay, that's one meaning. So if your mind is at peace, then Māra cannot touch you. Okay? Now, what's interesting about the Buddhist idea of Māra is that although Māra is the bad guy, the worst guy in the universe, he's never known to have killed anyone, coming to think of it. There's no suttas, commentary mentioning that he killed anyone. The only stories we have is he attacks the Buddha. Wow, his army is very terrifying and dangerous, but he has never succeeded in destroying anyone. So it's a very positive mythology in Buddhism. Māra never succeeded in doing his evil deed. Okay? Then what about Yama? Now, in Chinese, Yama is Yan Lo Wang, right? He looks like a very fierce-looking, kind of like a demon king, But in reality, he is quite okay-looking. He's quite good-looking, in fact. He is the king, so-called lord of hell. Now, this is a mythology again, a story. See? The story goes like this. There are suttas, about Yama. Whenever all these beings who do bad deeds die and they arise in hell, they first appear before King Yama. And King Yama's duty, King Yama's job, is to ask them. He says, have you not seen a baby? This baby is born and then, crying and so on. And then the man said, yes, I've seen a baby, He said, but when you see a baby, have you never thought? You say, this baby is suffering, So there is suffering in the world. And the man said, no, it never thought, occurred to me. Then the King Yama said, have you ever seen an old man, a sick man, a dead man? Have you not seen a criminal being caught and punished, his hands chopped off and then get killed, executed? Have you not seen all this? The signs, Right? The Buddha saw 4 signs, an old man, sick man, dead man, holy monk. The first 3 signs are the very frightening signs. Decay, disease, death. But in the Yama story, these sights are increased. So King Yama said, have you not seen all this? What King Yama is doing, he's acting as a reminder. He's saying, don't you see all these signs in the world that, you should not get caught doing bad things? Now, because you do all these bad things, you have come before me, you see? you have fallen into hell. This is what Yama is trying to do. So notice here, King Yama is not like Māra, King Yama doesn't destroy anyone. King Yama doesn't hurt anyone. In fact, King Yama doesn't punish the hell beings, King Yama only asks these questions of the hell beings. Have you not seen all these things? And King Yama, in fact, almost like regretting that you have to come before him. Okay? So King Yama, in other words, is reminding us to watch out for the Deva Dutas, watch out for the signs. There are 5 in the case of Yama. Right? So you have this baby, an old man, sick man, dead man, and the criminal who is being punished. So King Yama is reminding us, practice the Dharma so that you don't come before me. This is what really King Yama is trying to do. In fact, the story goes that King Yama became so bored with his job. I mean, imagine he has to sit there and ask 1,000,000 times all these, how many beings go to hell? It says, have you not seen all these 5 sides, So King Yama is reminding them. So King Yama is a story, it's a myth of telling people, don't fall into the trap that Māra sets. So King Yama has this thought in him. He says, may I one day be reborn as a human with the Buddha, so that I can become a monk and practice and be free from this world itself. So Māra, Yama, all these gods, all these beings, good and bad, they're all part of samsara, the rise and fall of samsara, life and death. The gods may have very long life, but they still die. So whatever exists will have to pass away. So what we should do now is hold as much happy thoughts as possible. Reflect on impermanence so that we have reality check. Reality check, that means we don't do things we will regret. Things which don't really benefit us. So that is the reminder King Yama gives us. And moments like this, remember this moment. You may think, we just come and sit down, listen to talk only, But I can tell you, you're doing a lot of wonderful things here. You don't have to talk to friends who don't really listen to you, who I don't know what they want with you. You're not really happy talking to them, but you have to talk to them. You have to deal with clients. You have to go into the train, which is crowded, and so on and so forth. That's what you rather not do. Right? But here, you come by your own free will. You're sitting here happily. So remember this moment. Because this moment, you have kept the precepts, you are sitting quietly, you are not killing anyone, stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and so on. And this is a good moment to remember. Now, once you have a lot of this kind of quality thoughts, when the last moment comes, your thoughts are happy thoughts. And then when your last thoughts are happy thoughts, you move on happily also. The last thought is very important also. Okay? So briefly, that's what Māra and Yama has to teach us, to remind us of the quality of life in this sense. Okay, so I think it's just nice. We're about 12 o'clock. Okay, any questions? Yeah.
Then when the demon died with a coma.
Okay. Yes.
What is the last
Right,
thought?
yeah. Okay, although we from outside, we see the person's in a coma, that person could be conscious in some way, see? All right? The person could be conscious. So I would say in the case of the person in a coma, it's like a dream state. The person could have out-of-body experience, for example, so the person knows what's going on. But, so we don't know. This is one area which is still very hard to research. From outside, we think the person has no thought. Actually, the person is not dead, so he has consciousness, you see. So it depends on what thought is going on. In many ways, we don't have control of the last thought, you see. This is another important thing to know. Now, it's like you are driving a car. So it depends on the speed. So if you drive very fast, you brake, momentum still push you see. Right? So you have no control, that momentum. So you must be very skillful to make sure you don't crash, you see. So that's why we say you must have good habitual karma. So if your daily life, you think of impermanence, you learn to be calm, you don't think about negative things people do, you quickly forget negative things, then your mind is habitually happy and good. That will be your habitual karma. So when the last moment comes, you find those negative thoughts won't come and trouble you. Otherwise, people who are habitually bad, when they pass away, the bad thoughts are more likely to come to them. In fact, if you regularly do good deeds, you find all these thoughts are also reflected in your dreams. Sometimes you can find your dream also have good quality. So the idea is to prepare now. Don't wait until last moment. It's not so simple last moment because we have no control of the last thought. It's just a momentum. So it depends on your daily life. In the case of the person in coma, you can help, by the way, by, for example, talking to the person. Although the person doesn't reply, you can just talk, like, you've seen in the movies, the person talk to the mother or somebody. So you just talk to this person, you've been my good friend. I don't know whether you can hear me or not, but I want you to know, in your state now, just be at peace with yourself. This is a situation where everybody has to face. So remember, we always think happy of you. Remember the good things you have done, and these are the good things, only good things. See? So you do like that. So, and then of course you do loving kindness also. So you also feel happy. You must feel happy to say happy things. All right. So do your calm meditation, loving kindness, and you talk to this person. You can hold a hand. And then a few people can come and meditate also. That's how we help this kind of people, because we don't know what will happen. You see. But if this person has done meditation before, studied suttas, and habitually tried to keep precepts, try to be good, then it's easier for them. But if this person every weekend go to Genting Highlands and then come back play mahjong and never come for sutta study, very difficult. See, last minute how to help, right? So you got to prepare yourself. Yeah, because we're talking about the mind here. You see. And of course, if your relatives are already passed away, you can still, like anytime, even before you sleep, you send your thoughts to them, okay? My dear mother, wherever you are, be well and happy, we remember you well, like that. And then you fall asleep. Fall asleep happily, very important. So the best time to practice in a way is before falling asleep. Sleep happily. Buddha say, sleep happily, wake happily. So when you sleep, may I be well, may I be happy, may my cats be well and happy, and then you fall asleep, see, okay? Then you sleep happily. The moment you wake up, when you don't say, you're another office day, traffic jam, then you suffer twice. Once in your bedroom, the other on the road. The moment you get up, this is good, I'm alive, I can do so many wonderful things. May I be well, may I be happy, may my boss be well and happy. And then you find that you go to office, you look at you, say, hey, how come your face is so bright today? And then you find that he's not able to say bad things to you. So that's how you can influence the office. There are Buddhists who do that, So you try that next time. Remember, sleep happily, wake happily. That's very important also. You may be very busy, but these 2 times are very important. I have busy executives who are really wonderful, I teach them meditation. Then one of my students, he graduated from NUS. I always ask them, have you got a job? They say, yeah, I got a job. Then he said, I got a very boring job, he says. He said, I sit in the office, a nice big chair. Okay? But he says, this chair very nice, can meditate. You just sit like that. So even if you fall asleep, it's okay. You're meditating. If the boss asks, what are you doing? You say, I'm meditating. That's very respectable. No, it's true, because even in the office, say after you finish lunch, you got some time, sit quietly in your big chair, do 5 minutes meditation. That will cut down your stress, bring down your blood pressure, heart rate, things like that. It helps you, So this is how you fit in your practice in your daily life. And then people ask you what to do, teach them also. Because if the whole office meditate, very good, less problems. In Japan, they set the whole office for Zen meditation. Okay, any other questions? Okay, you have to go, see you. Any other question? So do read all this essay, because I've tried to cover different aspects of death so that you can have an overview. No? And next time we'll go on to the story of the 30 months. Okay. Anything else to? Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Māra or Yama is mind.
Yeah, you can say that too. Yes. Remember, even when things are mind-made, they are more real than real. You know, the fear we have inside us is more real than what is out there. What is reality is how we look at things, right? You know, look. We end here, no? Okay, let us spend a quiet moment. This is a time when we just be at peace with ourselves and our thoughts to our loved ones and so on. Eh? Once again, we have gathered here in peace, seeking wisdom. We want to understand ourselves better, to understand the nature of death, so that our lives will be better, so that we can accept the loss of dear ones, our loved ones who have passed away, and in some way send our thoughts to them, that they may be happy wherever they are if they need it. If they are very happy wherever they are right now, that they may shower their blessings upon us too. We are gathered here in peace, keeping the precepts, following the Buddha's teaching, so that we see ourselves more clearly, and we are kinder to others and bring more happiness to others too. Reflecting in this way is very good karma for the moment. By the power of this karma, may we be well and happy, at peace with ourselves. Above all, may we be blessed with the wisdom and courage to aspire to stream winning, to reach the path in this life itself. May our loved ones to be well and happy, wherever they may be. If they're passed on, may they to be at peace with themselves. And may the practitioners, Dhamma practitioners, to gain their goal in this life itself. And those who are lost or having difficulties to come back, return to the true path of the Buddha's teaching in this life itself. May all beings be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.